Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Spanish Tragedy by Thomas Kate. The subtitle of the Spanish tragedy is Hieronimo is Mad Again. The play actually begins with the ghost of Don Andrea, who is a Spanish courtier, and this ghost explains his history. Andrea was killed in a battle against Portugal. His ghost went to the underworld, but it was sent back to the earth. A guide called Revenge guides him to the earth. On the way, it tells him that he is sent to the earth so that he can witness how his former lover Belimpria kills Balthasar, who killed him. Now, the ghost and Revenge sit down to watch the happenings. The first act shows the Spanish forces returning after the victory over Portugal. The general informs the king that they have captured the Portuguese prince Balthasar. The Duke of Castle's son Lorenzo and the Marshal Hieronimo's son Horatio fight over their roles in capturing the Portuguese prince. The king, happy with their participation, rewards both of them. Meanwhile, in Portugal, the viceroy laments his son's death. The loyal Alexandro tells him that his son is in fact still alive. But another nobleman, Villupo, declares that he saw Alexandro shoot Balthasar in the back, so Alexandro is imprisoned. In Spain, Horatio recounts the battle to Belimpria, who is Lorenzo's sister and Andrea's former lover. Now, Horatio and Belimpria fall in love. In the same scene, Balthasar also expresses his love for Belimpria and he says that he wants to marry her. The Portuguese ambassador arrives and Hieronimo stages a mask for him and the king for entertainment. In the second act, we find the king of Spain attempting to arrange a marriage between Belimpria and Balthasar. Belimpria is in love with Horatio, so she is not interested in this alliance. So the two of them, that is Belimpria and Horatio, they meet each other in a secluded bower. The servant Pedringo sees that and betrays them to Lorenzo and Balthasar. Horatio is stabbed to death and hung. Now Hieronimo enters to find his son's body and promises to take revenge. The ghost watching all this is not happy because he wants to see Balthasar's death, but Revenge advises him to be patient. The viceroy discovers the truth about his son in the third act. Immediately, he allows Alexandro free and condemns Villimpo to a painful death for telling lies. In Spain, Belimpria is held captive, but somehow she manages to send Hieronimo a letter in which she tells the identity of Horatio's killers. Lorenzo, on the other hand, attempts to purge all the evidence of the murder. So he makes Pedrengano shoot Serbin because Serbin is Balthasar's servant who was present at the murder scene, and then plots successfully to have Pedringo also hanged by himself. And now Pedringo had the last undelivered letter to Lorenzo, and this falls into Hieronimo's hands. Hieronimo thus confirms Belimpria's accusations and resolves to demand justice before the king. At home, his wife Isabella starts losing her senses and runs lunatic. Hieronimo also shows signs of madness. In fact, he goes to the extent of even thinking about committing suicide, but since he wants to take revenge for Horatio's death, he thinks that he has to be alive till then. The Portuguese ambassador comes and informs that the viceroy has given permission to the marriage between Balthasar and Belimpria. Hieronimo calls for justice before the king. Several citizens come to petition Hieronimo, but once again Hieronimo is carried away in an ecstatic fit. The viceroy himself arrives. The duke confronts Lorenzo and Hieronimo about the negative rumors surrounding the two. Hieronimo denies any wrongdoing on Lorenzo's part, and Belimpria seems to have reconciled with Balthasar. The ghost is really alarmed at such an unexpected turn of events, but the character Revenge once again reassures him that all is well. In the final scene, we find that Belimpria and Hieronimo plan their revenge on Lorenzo and Balthasar. So, Hieronimo writes a tragedy in which he makes these two young women act out for the royal audience. But what happens is In the same place where Horatio was murdered, Isabella goes and commits suicide. And according to Hieronimo's play, Lorenzo and Balthasar have to kill themselves on the stage, but he changes the weapons so both of them are really killed on the stage. After seeing this, Bellimpria too commits suicide. The king, the viceroy, and the duke are horrified and they demand to know what is actually Hieronymus' motives. But Hieronima bites his tongue off and stabs the duke and also commits suicide, and the play ends here. This is the famous Spanish tragedy for you. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. Thank you.